The Flash, Season 4, Episode 7, titled The Thor I Am. And this episode is really kind of like Supergirl from last night. And that is, it's not at all a heavy special effects episode. I mean, there's occasional special effects that's like, oh, little spots now again, Barry zooming by, all that kind of stuff. But there's no big fight at the end. Barry doesn't even wear the costume this week. And for me personally, it's obviously from last night's episode of Supergirl, from this episode of The Flash, that they were saving money for next week with the crossover. And because of that, we have a very good episode, because it's all about a hero meeting the big season bad, and that is the Thinker. And I really, from this, when he showed up, you just didn't know what to think of him. Like, he's just saying some sci-fi, computery stuff, and you're like, okay, cool. And he has a assistant that we find out who is his wife, and doing the computer stuff, and you just didn't know what to think of him. But in this episode, you can feel the threat, you can feel the stakes, because compared to the others, like Zoom or the Reverse Flash or Savitar, all three of them have been physical threats. You know, they're all speedsters. They can all go head to head with Barry. This one can't. But what he can do is mess Barry in the head. Make him go crazy. Muck Barry's head. He is a villain that is going to threaten you psychologically, not physically. And that, I think, is even worse, because out through the season, there's a threat that our hero might change, that Barry might change, and not for the better, for the worse. Because in this episode, Before, who's the Thinker, is acting like he's a modern-standing citizen. He's perfect. He's squeaky clean, and so Barry's like, there's something a little bit off to him, and he's trying to go prove constantly that Before is the Thinker, that he's the one who set the bus of metahumans at the beginning of the season. He he made the robot satellite. He did A, he did B, and of course, him being the photo having that, no one believes Barry. No one believes it, and of course, Barry's doing all he can. He's because of photos, to a point that Barry is in the threat of his job. He might get fired his job and stuff like that, and you feel like Barry's just losing it, and that's what this villain is. He's not a villain that you can fight, but it's a villain, and it's really cool. I really enjoyed this episode. It's all about. I really enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait for 2 weeks to find out what happens with the story.